Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Hey, guess what? Doing this live. Thank you very much for all of you who have been following me on YouTube. And also want to bring in followers also as well on Instagram. So I will be checking out both cameras. I got you both on set. I hope everybody on Instagram can see me. What's up, Instagram? No sugarcoating coaches in the house. No sugarcoating coaches in the house. I am Toye Johnson-VINCENT, your no sugarcoating coach. And as usual, I have something to say. So I know you guys got all of the things around you. You can see I'm sort of just set up today doing a little iPhone stuff. Okay. But yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. Do I need to say that again? So follow me. If you're not following me on YouTube or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and this includes you, everyone on Instagram, make sure you do that. I appreciate that. All right. You can find me, either just pull me up, Toye Johnson-VINCENT, or when you do the hashtag no sugarcoating coach on YouTube, and that would be my tagline. So you'll find me either way. All right. Just pull me up and start clicking that little button that says subscribe. Why don't we do that? So yeah, really wanted to. Today it just happens to be Monday, all over again. Unbelievable. I don't know about you or how your week, and I always say this, even though it's Monday, let's not get it twisted. Your week is just beginning. So again, keep that in mind. It's just beginning, but what else is new, right? What else is new? And however you set the tone for the week, however you set the tone, honestly, that's probably the week that you are going to have throughout the entire Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I say this because thanks for joining. If you're joining from Instagram, I appreciate you. Remember, I am also live on YouTube. So if you'd rather go on YouTube, that would be great as well. Just so you know, I'm working two cameras and I may be looking at you from a side angle. So appreciate you for at least listening and share out the live. But again, check out my YouTube channel. So back to what I was saying is that there is a lot of things when you think about what will your week actually look like? What do you want it to look like? I always ask people, whether it's from a coaching perspective or a training perspective, I'm always asking, what would you like your week to really look like? How would you like it to be mirrored? So when you look into the mirror, like I'm looking into Instagram camera, I'm looking into my YouTube camera, what do you see? Do you see possibilities by the end of the week when you start out on Monday? Or are you only seeing just problems? You're seeing issues. What exactly are you seeing? And how has your experience been with all of this, Monday through Friday? I mean, not only that, but most people say, well, I'm living for the weekend. Are you really? Are you really? You're living for the weekend, but you're already having issues on Monday? Well, I mean, it happens. Like, and again, it may be something that's very, very minimal to you, that you're having your issues. But then when it comes to collaborating with other people or something else, you have to keep in mind that you may have issues with them as well. So you get me, you hear me on Instagram, you hear me. Like I said, I'm working two cameras today. And I appreciate you for stepping up your game and listening and checking out all of the things I have going on here. And we're live. And I typically don't do too many lives, um, right on Monday, because I know there's so many people, they don't really have time. Um, but I wanted to bring this to your attention because it is Monday. And my message today is sort of twofold, but I have three areas. I want you to remember this. This is what we were doing back in January. Okay? Instagram, you got it? I'm facing your camera. YouTube, you got it? I'm facing your camera. Remember this? Remember 2024. Remember, do you actually remember jumping up and down January 1? Maybe some of you actually had these glasses as well. I don't even remember where I picked them up from. 2024 is supposed to be your year. Now, many of you says, well, some of you said, oh, 2023 was actually my year. And we're in June right now. Okay. We're almost hitting that summer. I mean, meteorologically and all of that, the weather, first day of summer, we say June 21st, but then there's a different type of meteorology. The meteorologist will tell you when things really start and when we're really in summer. But for all due purposes, let's just say June 21st. That's what our calendar that we utilize, right? We who are not into the weather and all of that. So thinking back, look at this. 2024, Monday Motivation with hashtag No Sugarcoating Coach, live on Instagram, live on YouTube. And no one can figure this out. Like, what is really the best methods, or what are some of the best strategies to get you through the week? And have you been satisfied throughout the year? Have you met your goals? I ask you all the time, have you met your goals? Have you Instagram? Did anybody on Instagram meet their goals? The goals that they set for the first 90 days of 2024, the goals that YouTube set for 2024, the first 90 days. Oh, guess what? 90 days are over. We are in June 2024. And many of us are still stuck at January 1 when you were all excited and you had everything panned out. You just knew you were looking through the window, right? You had your glasses on. You had your glasses on and you said, oh, I can see the windows. Windows of the world are looking better and better. And you can see the possibilities were endless. They were supposed to be, well, you'll get this done, you'll get that done. And certainly you would have achieved those goals on or by June 1st. June 1st is over. June 1st, 2024 is now history. So again, is it one of the things I was thinking about when I thought about doing this live was talking about having a sense of urgency. Really, having a sense of urgency, making sure that you were able to get things accomplished in the time frame that you wanted to get them accomplished. It's almost a no-brainer, but for some it may be or may not be. And what I was thinking about when I talked about a sense of urgency as part of the topic for today's motivation, and I don't really care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But the reason why I said, oh, let me do the live on Monday is because Mondays are typically thought of as something where we could actually grasp. We knew already. Many of us who are working in the traditional 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, understands that on Monday, it may be some things that you do not want to deal with. They will be there. Whatever you left on your desk on Friday is still waiting for you. And that's why when I talk about the reasons why you may be behind things, of course, they're going to things that happen. Somebody left the job and now they dumped all the work on you. Has that happened to you? Put it in the comments. But my question for you today is, do you have a sense of urgency as it relates to your career life, as it relates to your educational background life, as it relates to even including your family life? Do you have a sense of urgency? And if not, why not? Why are some things so much more important than others? Do you prioritize? I'm throwing out these questions to you. I'm throwing them out because maybe when I throw them out, someone else may have thrown them out, but because I'm Coach Toye, maybe you'll listen. Or you'll care more. You will care more about what I say today than maybe somebody else that's been saying it to you all along. Or they've been asking you the question all along. What level is your sense of urgency? What level, YouTube? What level, Instagram, is your sense of urgency? You have to ask yourself those questions. Write it down and pull out some answers starting today. So going forward between now and December 31st, as we'll end and wrap up the end of the year, you will have the answers to your own questions. And it's pretty much almost guaranteed 99.9 that you will accomplish more goals. You will achieve the goal or goals, plural, that you set out to do and to accomplish. Now, keep in mind, again, you can have a lot of things on your plate. You go back to work. Okay, now whoever you report to, they say, you know what? I need you to get off of one project and go on to another. You weren't expecting it. You thought so-and-so was handling that. You thought they were doing well. And sometimes that's one of the issues, because we put so much faith into others, even the people we work with, that we believe they're doing so fantastic. And I'm telling you, a lot of the people you think that are doing great, you hear me, Instagram, looking at you, you hear me, YouTube, looking at you. A lot of people you think that they're doing fantastic, they aren't doing as well as you thought. They are behind in their work. And a manager or supervisor knows this, but they are reluctant to call them out. So they're giving them some grace, which we all deserve. But at the end of the day, when it comes to business and companies, if you're not producing and you're not getting things done in a timely manner, you can number your days. No sugarcoating, Coach, here, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You can number your days, because the reality is they are not going to pay someone who is not able to produce, who does not have a sense of urgency, who does not understand the realms of prioritizing what you need to get done in order for the company to appear, quote unquote, appear to be at their best. It won't work. So I know they always say there's something, and I read this even most recently, when people say, okay, fake it till you make it. That's not always a good thing. Fake it till you, okay. Most of us have probably done that, including myself. But the reality is, How long can you fake something? If you're not doing well at your job or you had no sense of urgency, you just sort of, well, I'll do this when I feel like it. How do you expect to be promoted? How do you expect for people to perceive you as the go-to person, the leader of that particular group or department? They won't see it. They will see that they have to do a lot of hand holding. Yeah. They will feel that, perhaps not all the time, but just feel like, well, this person needs more training. That's the go-to. We just need to get them more training. They like you. You're nice. You ever heard that? Someone at your job, well, you're such a nice person. They're a great employee. They show up on time. But in terms of their work or their work ethics and getting things done, they lack behind. And now someone who's been doing it a lot better and faster, but it's not really their job. Now those responsibilities are now put in the hands of someone else. And that someone else could be you. When it comes to promotion time, then maybe now it will be you. Or they can flip flop on you and go promote the other person. Say, well, they don't have as much as on their plate now, so I guess they'll be fine. Now let's go ahead and promote them. I'm shaking my head. SMH, shaking my head emoji. It's not always easy. But happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. I hope your Monday and the way you feel about Monday is you're feeling just as great as when Friday comes. And of course, everyone has different schedules, but I'm just kind of typically 9 to 5. If you have your own business, you also have a lot of things to do because who holds you accountable? Maybe you have employees, or maybe it's just you. You don't have a team of people. You're getting your content out there to the world. As a podcast host, I understand that. As a trainer, whether it's corporate or nonprofit, soft skills training, I understand that. As a motivational speaker, I understand that I have to get my content together before going into an audience that is depending on me to leave and drop gems everywhere I go throughout my content as I speak, as I bring forth a message. And so what I want you to understand, hear me out. This is live, YouTube. Hey, you checking me out. I'm Toye Johnson-Vincent, your no sugarcoating coach, motivational speaker, certified life coach, HR consultant focusing on talent acquisition and corporate training. And yes, podcast host of Speak to Me First podcast show. Speak to Me First podcast show. But even I have to have it together as well. And there are times when I realize, oh, my sense of urgency, something may try to throw it off. There could be so many distractions out there. There's so many in the world. You thought you were having a fantastic day until, oh my goodness, what happened to the computer? What happened to the client that didn't show up? What happened to the no call, no show of something you set up? What happened? Anything can happen. But as long as you have a sense of urgency, being on time, if you're not sure of something, make sure that that manager or that director or the executive vice president, whomever, whatever their titles are, that they understand what actually happened so that they can understand when they go to tap and they want to tap into some real talent, the talent throughout the organization. They want people who will follow up. They want people who have a sense of urgency. They want people like you to lead their team. Yeah. And if you don't have the sense of urgency, and I want you to keep in mind when we think about prioritizing it goes hand in hand with sense of urgency, because if you prioritize things in right in order of what is more the senior most thing you need to do. Now I know we say, bite off chunks of things and bits and pieces throughout the day so that you're not overwhelmed. We certainly don't want to be overwhelmed. That is not the goal. I repeat, being overwhelmed is not the goal at all. Thank you for joining and listening to me share this live out. I'm live on Instagram. Hey, what's up, Instagram? Thank you for following me. And of course, I'm coming to you live on YouTube. Make sure you head over to my YouTube channel, and where you'll find that you can just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all of the subscribers, and of course, always looking for more and appreciate more. Be the person that understands what it means to have a sense of urgency. Be the person or the employee, right? To all of my people working in the traditional 9 to 5, especially, be that employee, not burying your head in the sand and say, well, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want any more on my plate. Someone is checking you out. Someone is looking at you because they believe you can do something that the other employees cannot. They're not capable of, meaning a lot of employees, they may not have that sense of urgency. They don't prioritize their responsibilities and what was passed down to them. Their lacks of promotion. That's what the employers are looking for. Someone who's, and sometimes you have to just go ahead and raise your hand. You have to be the first one out of the gate to raise their hand. I know you might be a little shy about it, might be more reserved. Oh, I don't want to raise my hand. And then when you raise it, you're kind of bowing your head. That's not it. You got to sit up straight. You got to look somebody in the eye and say, I'm ready. What do you have for me? Or I'm ready to take on something more. You hear me, Instagram? You hear me, YouTube? You want to be able to say you want to take something else, be able to receive, say, more work, but you also deserve to understand, what does that work look like? What will it look like based on what you already have on your plate? So that you're not, now you have so much and you won't get anything done. And guess what? It's not a promotion, it becomes a demotion. That's the opposite. We don't want that. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. It's Monday motivation and Monday mode. What mode are you in? Are you in the sense of urgency mode? Are you in reserve mode where, I don't need anything more. Let me just lay back, sit back, lean back, whatever it is. Right? Or are you in the mode for, I want to be recognized for the talent that I have and what you can bring to the table and how you bring your A+ game every single time? That seems to me what I would rather be more recognized for, rather than, well, we didn't even want to approach you because we already knew that you wouldn't be able to handle something. I'd rather someone give me something and I'm able to create that narrative to say, I don't think I'll be able to do this because I have so much of this. Or is it possible we can tweak that a bit? Maybe I can do half of this project, and can the other half be handed off to someone else, because I'm really interested in learning more in this department within my role. I'd like to expand my role. And by the way, when you're talking about expanding your role, it doesn't always mean that there'll be monetary. You hear me, Instagram? I'm looking in the camera, and YouTube, looking in the camera. It's not always monetary, okay? You may not, and these are, of course, it's like dollar store things that I kind of use when I'm doing my, my training. So it doesn't look like this. It's just flapping money, just play money. So you're not going to always see money. Okay? So be clear about what it entails. You have to actually say, well, okay, I realize this. And does that involve elevating me in terms of monetarily? Hmm. Let them tell you. Let let your manager tell you, director or whatever their title is, let them clarify what it would mean for you to take on an additional responsibility, especially if you are leading a team or a group within the organization. So that's what I wanted to bring to you today. So two things, and I'll wrap it up. Again, I'm Coach Toye, your no sugarcoating coach. I'd like to thank you, Instagram, camera number one, Instagram, camera number two, YouTube, live on YouTube. And you can find me here on YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe. And my name is Toye Johnson-Vincent. The username, no sugarcoating coach. You can find me. Make sure that you connect and subscribe so that whenever I do a live or whatever, you can always go back. And of course, you would be notified that I will be doing an event. And I'll tell you about an upcoming event as well before I close. So you want to always think about, and I've just told you why you should have a sense of urgency, because it makes sense in life, in your family life, in your career life, all around. It's very versatile. Okay. It's a quality that you want to have in the forefront of your resume, right? If you're sending things out like that, documents out, just the way you move throughout the organization, you want to have a sense of urgency. It is imperative that you do, because you will find that across the board, the sense of urgency will make sense, right? Benefits of the sense of urgency. Again, the benefits would be perhaps you may have a promotion in your future. You may be more recognizable at work, even throughout the family. You're the go-to person. You always got things done. You were always stepping up your A+ game. You were always giving. You were always there if someone wanted to talk, even if for the most part, they could care less about you, but they knew that you were the one in the family that they can come to and talk, run a conversation by you or something, that you would listen, or you wouldn't mind having a dialogue, put it that way. Because we all have to take heed to, maybe your listening skills aren't that great. I mean, at times, I'm sure mine wasn't as a speaker. No, I'm not listening to you. You know, nobody's perfect. But again, there are benefits, and you will find them and you will notice them as you start to take control and control the narrative and how you move throughout your life. And last but not least on that, results driven. If you have a sense of urgency and you prioritize your responsibilities, your duties from home, your home duties, your career duties, your financial duties or responsibilities. You see what I mean? It's all about life. And I'm a life coach, so that's what I'm talking about. It's life. It doesn't just pertain to one area of your life. This is something, or tools and strategies that you can use throughout your life skills journey. And I hope that you do. And that's my message today. All about a sense of urgency. I'm in Monday mode. Hashtag Monday mode. Hashtag Monday motivation. I want you to be motivated. And I hope that you were today, and every time that you listen to one of my either pre-recorded videos or lives. Make sure, shout me out. Shout out the love. Well, why don't you? Okay. Comment, etc. Just let me know. If you have an event that's coming up and you need a speaker, a coach, or a soft skills trainer from a corporate or nonprofit, remember this: I am a hashtag speaker for hire, not free. Not saying that I've never spoken for free. I'm saying to you now, it is a speaker for hire, and it is what it is. Right? Everyone wants to be compensated and based on whatever they know what their worth is. You should know your worth. So, but I can tell you that I have been speaking for well over 20 years. In terms of coaching, within the past 5 years, now going 6 years, became a certified life coach. But because of my background that's in human resources, HR, I really enjoy talking about career development, organizational development, so employee development, because I know I had some real doozies being an employee in corporate. I can tell you that. I can tell you about my experiences, and that's all without naming names. It's just experiences and, real life experiences, and what I learned from them and what I didn't do so well, job loss, career transition, all of that, layoffs, mergers. Ah, I've been there. So again, you have a conference coming up or you need a keynote speaker. It's graduation time. Many collegiate ceremonies have already taken place, and there's some even later than others in the month of June. Or it doesn't have to be a large college or anything like that. Certificate programs, and you need a speaker, or someone said, wait a minute, I was listening to Coach Toye, right? On her YouTube channel or on her Instagram. Hey, Instagram. You can share it out to Facebook if you want to. LinkedIn. Just loving my LinkedIn. I, get a lot of connections on that platform. So again, just think of me to be your number one or first choice for speaking. And if I'm your second choice, as long as I know that you're choosing me for a very good reason and that we're connecting in a positive way, we're good. So let me leave you with one thing. When I was talking about events, I am hosting, and you can find me if you're on LinkedIn. You can go to my profile, Toye Johnson-VINCENT, Toye Johnson hyphenated Vincent. Pull me up there, and you'll see. Go to the events, and I'm actually hosting an event live via Zoom on June 21st, which is the first day, not June 21st, first day of summer 2024. And I entitled it Kicking Off the Summer with a live coaching call with Q&A. So if you happen to be a coach, an author, speaker, but primarily coaches, a professional, for professionals and mid and senior level professionals, as well as executives, are certainly invited on that Zoom. It's free to register, but I appreciate you registering, not just clicking the invite and say, hey, I'm going to be there. Please register. That's why I set it up that way. And everything is free, and it's a shareable link. So I believe I put it in on the comment on YouTube, and I'll make sure as well to get that on Instagram. You too. But you can already go on. If you're on Instagram, hey, Instagram, I'm talking to you. You can pull me up on Facebook and look at the events. You can also access that information on that as well on my Facebook page or profile. All right. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you and what you have to say. If you have some Q&A questions prior to the event, about your career or some things or strategies you're not so certain of, and you want to share out the link, that's perfectly fine. But just make sure you show up. June 21st, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on Zoom and hope you will too. So again, I am Toye Johnson-VINCENT. We started out and I was showing you this. Remember, 2024. Remember what you said and where you thought you would be as of June. Did you make it? Did you make it? Well, you still have a couple of weeks left in June before we are official at that halfway mark in the year. So I'm hopeful that you will make your goals, whatever they might be. So again, thank you so much for listening today. Appreciate your time here on YouTube. Again, if you haven't subscribed and you just came across this live by accident, please subscribe. I appreciate you. To learn more about me, or if you want to, are interested in inviting me to speak motivate, inspire, and empower your audience, no matter where they are, no matter how large or small, in any industry. Please make sure you check out my website at TJV Empowers You, the letter U.com. Again, TJV Empowers You, the letter U.com. So I'm Coach Toye, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Remember this: success is in your future. Bye for now. Bye.